Tony Abbott, thanks for your time tonight.
It's always good to see you, Brian, and good evening.
The government's considering taxation reforms.
It is, Brian. We're considering an entire budgetary process here. We don't have a lot of option, Brian. It's broken and it needs to be fixed.
Including some changes to superannuation?
Well, including everything. I mean, the system needs to be completely overhauled, Brian.
And how are you going with getting last year's budget through the Senate?
We'll get last year's budget through the Senate.
Yeah, but won't it be a little difficult getting new changes through on top of the changes you haven't got through yet?
Well, we'll get those previous changes through.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, we've changed some of those previous changes, Brian.
What have you changed them to?
Well, in some cases we've changed them back to what they were beforehand.
Before they were changes?
That's right.
Right. So you've eliminated the change elements,
We've taken the contentious element out, Brian, of those very vital changes.
And in some cases, of course, you've dropped the policies altogether.
Brian, I think we've probably spent enough time on our previous achievements now, if we could perhaps move on.
Yeah, well, can you tell me what's happened with the higher education reforms?
Yeah, I can show you, Brian. Have a look at that. That sets it all out. Well, that sets it all out, Brian. You see those two things there,
the
A
two
and
bits,
B,
yeah,
those pinions? Yeah. They strap onto Christopher's arms. He puts his arms through those armholes. And
then what happens?
Well, then on Tuesday, he flies to the sun.
Weather permitting.
Yep, we've had to delay it a couple of times due to a lack of clemency in that area, Brian, but we're very confident.
Very confident.
Well, we're quite confident.
Quite confident.
Well, Christopher's confident.
On the matter of reforming the budget, why don't you just say it's a load of crap?
This is not a load of crap, Brian.
Yeah,
well, you can't just stick your head in the sand, Brian, and pretend it's not happening.
Yeah, but
it is broken. We need to fix it.
But, Prime Minister, if you say it's just a load of crap,
yes,
everybody that doesn't understand it's going to support you.
But you owe the ignorant people, Brian, a duty of leadership. The job of the leader is to lead.
Well, have you thought about making yourself the minister for whatever it is and then doing nothing about it?
No, you'd never get away with that, Brian.
Well, you have so far.
Brian, it's no use. The methodologies you're suggesting won't work. The problem won't get fixed if you don't fix it.
No. All you do is say you're having a conversation with the Australian people.
Conversation? What on earth does that mean?
Precisely.
Yes.
And then just say you've heard the message.
What message, Brian?
Exactly.
Well, OK. Then what do you do, Brian?
Then you change the superannuation arrangements and put up the GST. It's
easy.
You're
not supposed to read the rest of the document. I only gave you that so you could look at the diagram.
Sorry.
It's rather a pretty diagram. I thought you'd like it. Don't read the bloody rest of it.
I'm sorry.
For God's sake. I'm trying to run a country here.